come to the rescue. Stop religious persecution in Rwanda. Without the truth, we cannot speak of the Catholic religion, since Jesus came into the world to be a witness to the truth. Those who have studied the history of religious persecution in countries with Marxist policies know that all means are good to extinguish the Christian faith. These means are the same as those used by the devil himself to successfully hunt down his victims. These diabolical means are mainly lies, manipulation, and intimidation, terror. Satan wields lies with his right hand and terror with his left hand, which means that terror is used when lies fail to tear the victim away from his religious convictions. In Rwanda, the RPF, which made a pact with Satan to come to power, continues to use diabolical weapons to extinguish the Christian faith in the country. When it fails to maliciously destroy people's faith, it resorts to force to close temples, churches, to destroy buildings dedicated to divine worship, or by killing religious leaders. In the Great Lakes region of Africa, the RPF has already assassinated more than 8 Catholic bishops. This assassin's spirit has changed the history of the Catholic Church, especially in Rwanda, where bishops have become spokespersons for this bloody regime in their speeches inside or outside the country. They fear suffering the same fate as Monsignor Munzihirwa Christophe of Bukavu, who was savagely assassinated by the RPF by cutting off his head and penis and leaving his naked corpse in the middle of the city's large roundabout. How can we call this persecution? Is a bishop without true and free speech really a bishop? He is a bishop in name and in canons, but it is not according to the heart of Jesus, the way, the life and the truth. The RPF has therefore managed to have all the Catholic bishops at its disposal. They are there not to watch over the flock, but to preserve the interests of the wolf that mistreats the flock, the RPF in Katanyi. Shutting the mouths of the bishops is one of the proofs of religious persecution in Rwanda, but making them its spokespersons is an abomination of desolation. They prefer to defend their seat by sacrificing the truth, Jesus Christ himself. The serious proof that shows that the Catholic bishops in Rwanda are totally helpless in the face of the blunders of the RPF in Katanyi is that recently, during the year 2024, the RPF in Katanyi closed many Catholic temples at the level of many parishes, centers and branches. But the bishops of Rwanda have done nothing to react against this diabolical measure. They only played the game of words, which consists of an empty speech in the face of such a serious problem. They are all afraid of being attacked by this totalitarian regime, but they forget that they are already its victims by letting themselves be stunned by fear. The universal church cannot help those who do not ask for its help. The Catholic bishops of Rwanda are even afraid to tell the Pope the truth about Rwanda. The Pope receives false reports because they fear reprisals from the Inkatanyi, who have agents even in the Vatican. Who will deliver us from this persecution if the Vatican itself is complicit in the misery of the Hutus and Tutsis, who lived in Rwanda before 1994, and their descendants?